of animal testing, and all found that it is baseless, it is useless, because it cannot be replicated onto humans. So what works for a rat does not work for us. Why? We are not rats. That's why. Biologically, we are different. We are not rats. So what is the alternative to that? And the question is, why is animal testing used? Because it's a big industry, that's why. It's a huge industry. So what is the alternative? There is. Alternative now is they culture human tissues in the cell. You know, like not cloning, but they culture human tissues and they test it on human tissues now. Isn't that better? At least the results are replicable, right? It works on human tissues in the lab, very likely it will work on us. Why go test on the rat? We are not rats. So one thing is cultured human tissues. That's one thing. The next one is mathematical modeling calculations. More accurate. So we got a brain, so we can use that. We use mathematical modeling to test whether the drugs work or not, the things work or not. Okay? So I found out about animal testing when I was about 14 years old, and I swore I'm not going to use cosmetics, and I don't use cosmetics. So what you see is what you get. 45-year-old wrinkled face. I don't use. You see me at a dinner, it's like this, that's it. I don't wear cosmetics. The only thing I use is soap, shampoo, and toothpaste. So when I go traveling, it's very easy. Soap, shampoo, toothpaste. My husband has more things. My husband's son has more things than me. So I swear to myself, I'm not going to use this because it pains me to see these pictures. It's a personal thing. It's my personal practice. I'm not recommending it to you. Why? Because you have a choice. Go for the ones that are not tested on animals, right? You have a choice now. There are plenty of brands not tested on animals. Herbal. What shampoo do I use? Something that's not tested on animals. Himalaya. It's not tested. I mean, at least that's better, right? It's herbal. So you spend a little bit more money, but at least your conscience is clear. For me, at least, because I feel for animals. So it's important for me. So that's my practice. Or better still, these people don't need cosmetics, right? Yeah. Look at their faces. Who needs cosmetics? They don't need cosmetics. Ask them. They are Dhamma cosmetics. Metta. Practice of metta. Yeah? So they don't need, so why should we? Okay, now going on to the first precept, capital punishment, no. As Buddhists, we don't condone. So even if Saddam Hussein were tried here, if Saddam Hussein goes under a Buddhist court, no. Rehabilitate him, give him a chance. Angulimala killed 999 people. The king wanted to catch him and kill him for his crimes. The Buddha stopped it. The Buddha rehabilitated him. So if you listen to these venerables who actually go to the prisons and teach these criminals, you'll find that actually some of them were just victims of circumstances, but they're going to die. Death sentence. It's very sad. All of us do wrong, alright? You've got to learn to forgive and give people a chance. So we do not condone capital punishment. Life imprisonment maybe. If that's the only way to keep the person alive, I mean to keep the person, of course they use our tax money too bad. Life is not perfect. Abortion also no. Okay, no. But it's a very sad case, of course, because legally, if it affects the mother's health, it's allowed. It's a very painful decision because I had a friend who got pregnant, then she discovered she had cancer. She had to do chemo and she had to abort. So it's a very painful decision, isn't it? Yeah? It's very painful, I understand. So maybe there you have to apply the traffic lights. Maybe you have to. But abortion strictly is killing, it's a form of killing. But sometimes it's very painful, rape cases, for example, So we have to be understanding that. Using contraception and family planning is not killing. It's just prevention. It's totally allowed. Some religions don't allow, right? The Orthodox religions don't allow. They say they're interfering with God's will. So we allow, okay? It's prevention. So that's okay. There's neutering pets also. You're not killing. Okay, you're not killing. Because I was slow in neutering my female cat and she got pregnant. I sent her to the vet for neutering, and the vet said, she's already pregnant but very early. Can lah, he says. I said, no, cannot. She's already pregnant, so you cannot spay. So she gave birth, and I have the kittens at home. My responsibility now, what to do, I was slow, right? So I have to look after them. Yes. Yeah.
Contraception and family planning, doing without contraception.
That's not.
What, I mean, this a discussion, how did you come up with this consensus that it's allowed?
It's not killing.
Yeah.
You're not killing.
But
You're preventing birth from happening.
compared to other religions, like Inshallah, I thought
Uh-huh.
what?
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, I think the Christians feel that a child is a gift from God, so you cannot prevent it. Yeah, same thing. But for us, a child is not a gift from God, a child is our own making. So that somebody else has a chance to be reborn and suffer in samsara. The child is our own making. It's not a gift from some superior being. So in that way, we want to prevent. We have enough children. We don't want any more. We've got no money to support them. We don't want any more, so we prevent. It's perfect. It's not just the time. There was no contraception at that time. But what we base this on the non-killing. It's not killing. You know, when you use contraceptives, it's not killing. When you plan your family, it's not killing. Yeah, everybody agrees that this is allowed. Everybody agrees. Suicide is killing the self. Okay, so that's out. Suicide, no. Euthanasia, mercy killing. Some people say the word mercy and killing cannot go together because there's nothing merciful about killing. So euthanasia for humans is totally illegal in this country. It's illegal. It's only legal in some European countries. Dutch, Holland, the advanced countries, it's legal there, so nothing to do with us. Over here, it's totally illegal. And from a Buddhist viewpoint, I have checked with the Bantes. I asked the monks and they said no. No. Reason is, sometimes you say out of compassion, the person is suffering so badly, so let him end his life. But the Venerables teach us that the person has to go through the karma. It is the person's karma. So you have to let the person go through it. And if the person is a practicing Buddhist, he or she will go through it more peacefully. Because he or she can accept and be calm. And we've got meditation. You know, things that help us cope with it in a more peaceful and calm manner, very serene. If you're a Buddhist, it doesn't mean you don't get cancer. We do. We're all subjected to it. But if it happens, then we can cope with it more peacefully. We can accept it. Perhaps this is my own wrongdoing. I have not been taking care of my health. You know, it could be my previous karma. So I accept and you live with it and you go peacefully. We have Buddhist methods that help us stay calm and more accepting to these things. So euthanasia, no. Even though your relative is suffering so much, and your relative says, just let me die, you cannot do it. That person has to go through his or her karma and go naturally. Then the next question is, euthanasia for pets? What did the Buddha say? Life is dear to all, so why should there be exceptions? But they say it's out of compassion. The dog is dying so badly. I'm doing it out of compassion. My dog had cancer. My childhood dog had cancer. You know, just like we can get, the dogs can get, because they eat our lousy food. Right? So my dog had cancer. The vet said, put her out of her misery. We said no. So we let her live out her life. She was in pain. She had painkillers. We fed her painkillers. She lived out her life. And before she died, she went into the shrine room. We all went in with her. She turned to look at each one of us. Then she looked at the Buddha. Then she passed away. Because my dogs chant with us. They've been with us, you know. So that's what happened. You can read about this story in my book that's coming up.